Okay, so I changed answer choice B to read Paul paid $2 per t-shirt. That means 2x because of that per 2 times the number of t-shirts. So x would be t-shirts and then y would be the total cost. We'll plug in 1. 2 times 1 is 2. Plug in 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Plug in 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Plug in 4. 2 times 4 is 8. So you can see that D is also incorrect, which means for this problem you have 2 wrong answers. So if D had been changed to be y equals 2x, then yeah, it would have been correct. And then the answer to this problem would be C. Because what did they do? This is 2, one that's been graphed. 4, 2 that's graphed. And it's supposed to be 1, 2. Okay, number 10. What is the range? The range would be the y values. And remember, f of x is the same thing as y. -9, -4, -1. So this would be the range. These would be the domain values. All right. Now, on your review, you cannot see this graph, so pay close attention to what it is that I am about to show you. How far left does the graph go? How far right does the graph go? Those are my limits. That's the domain, from -2 to 4. How far up? How far down? -3 to 4. -3 to 4. Remember, this means between. Okay? Number 12. I need the domain and the range. Again. So how far left? Cross the x-axis. How far right? Cross the x-axis. That means we're talking about domain. Crossed at 0. Crossed at 5. Therefore, 0 is less than. Ooh, wait. That's an open circle. So you cannot put that line under there. That means equal to. You can only put the equal to part when it's shaded in. So, less than x, less than or equal to 5. Range. Cross the y-axis. This is the bottom, and what am I crossing? I'm crossing here at the number 0. And then I'm crossing how far? Crossing the y-axis at 4. Closed, and that's a curve, so it's considered closed. 0 less than or equal to y, less than or equal to 4. And remember, symbols point to the left. This means between. Between 0 and 5, between 0 and 4. Okay. You know what? I'm thinking this is the graph that's not seen. So let me get a picture of that. I thought, my fault. I thought it was this one that you couldn't see. It is this one. So let me get a picture of that real quick and then we'll go over it. Hold on. Okay, domain values. Crosses here. This is how far left. This is how far right. So the domain is from -2 to 4. Domain from -2, closed circle, to 4. Open circle is at the 4. Okay. Now the range, how far down? Okay. -3. How far up? +3. That's range Y. So neither of those. From -3, closed circle, to 3, open circle. Okay. So that's what you're going to see here. If arrows were placed on both ends of the graph of the restrictive function, what would the domain and range be? Well, if you're looking at this, it used to be this, and then I put arrows on it to take away the restrictions. What would the domain and range be? What would it be? All real numbers. All real numbers. Now this symbol, just showing you this now so you'll know for later on. As far as the STAR test is concerned, this is all you need. Number 14, I need the domain and range. Well, I am how far left? I can't draw that line. There's an arrow. It's going to continue going forever. So no limits on the left. No limits on the right. So the domain is all real numbers. What's the range? Well, no limit at the top. Keeps going, but it starts here. And that is at -4. So I am greater than or equal to -4. Only one limit, so I have one number. Okay. Now it's asking for the domain, so these are my x values. Not ICF, so pick these numbers. The domain of any function will always be the x values. So -4, -1, 0, 2, 7. Ooh, another correlation coefficient problem. So what do you have to do? Put all of these numbers into the calculator. Use this code and look for R, not R squared. Moving on. Number 17. It wants the correlation coefficient again. So these are my x values. These are my y values. You put these in the x list. Y values go in the y list. And you look for R, not R squared. It says round to the nearest hundredth. So 0.9287648. When you round to the nearest hundredth, you would stop here, and because 8 is 5 or bigger, that becomes 93. So your answer would be 0.93. Now that's just an example, Okay, so this is not the answer to this question. You have to put it into the calculator, use the code menu 613, and get R. One more time, where is R? Once you do your regression, R is right at the very bottom, not here, but here. And so if I were to round this one, the answer would be negative 0.96 because the 2 is below 5. Okay, now number 18 is asking you to predict again. So how do you predict? Well, let me get your best fit line real quick and I'll show you. So I've done the regression for actually what it is we had up there. I see the R value is negative 0.96. I have to round up. It wants us to predict. So we have a few options. We could write the equation out and plug in 4 because that's what it wants. It wants to know how much would it cost me to purchase 4 Jolly Ranchers. So let me add a graph. Press up, press enter, go to the table, and look in the X column because the Jolly Ranchers were X values. So look when X is 4, and the cost would be $4.97. You could also press menu, go down to trace, over to 1, press 1, and now enter in the X value, 4. There it is, $4.97. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing we just did for number 18 on 19 and 20. Control Doc, add a graph, put in the equation, negative 2.1 x plus 3. Uh-oh, what did I do wrong? Okay, put an x, not multiplication. Excuse me, put the variable x, not a multiplication symbol. I used this one by accident, rushing, instead of this one down here. So I apologize. Nonetheless, a little tired, guys. Press enter, go to the table, Control T, and it's asking for the range. So that means I have to start in this column and then look in the Y column for my answer. So 1 would be, when X is 1, I'd have a Y value of 0.9. When X is 2, I'd have a Y value of negative 1.2. Here's the answer for 3, and then here's the answer for 4. That means if I take the 1, the 2, 3, 4, the domain values, and place them here, if I substitute the X values for X, that gives me just what the calculator says, 0.9. So we have f of 1, I put 1 into the function, equals 0.9. Put 1 into the function, out comes So what is f of 1? And you write that as an ordered pair. Now this is asking, what is the x value when y is 0? So when is y 0? Look, I don't see it there. I wonder how else we could figure that out. Control T, could we try to guess? Ooh. Okay, menu 5, 1. I hate guessing. X could be maybe 1.5. Close. 1.4. Close. 1.3. Ooh. 1.6. Ooh. 1.55. Ooh. 1.51. Ooh. 1.46. Oh, come on, really? So, what else could we do? Put 0 in the y spot. Now, here's the problem with this. You have to know how to solve. Isolate a variable to find the x value. So, -3. Divide by -2.1. Okay, control doc, add a calculator. -3 divided by -2.1. Look, we were close. 1.43 we'll round up. So I would write 1.43 there, approximately, or all of that, 1.42857, and then write that as an ordered pair. And just let me know that you rounded, because this is approximately. Means I rounded. Okay, so let's not forget to write the entire answer for this problem. 0.9, comma, -1.2, comma, -3.3, comma, -5.4. The range. Let's find the range. No. Let's find the domain. We're so used to finding y. This time I want you to go backwards like I did just here, just right here on the right. Okay, so let's go ahead and put f of x equals 3x into the calculator. Let's talk about that. F of x is already there, so just put the 3x, not the equal, okay? Be careful about that. Press enter. Control T. Now, which side do I look on? 0, 3, 6, and 9 represent the y values, the range. So I have to start here and then look for the x values. So when y is 0, x is 0. When y is 3, x is 1. When y is 6, x is 2. When y is 9, x is 3. So this right here, hold on. Look at me just writing all messy. That represents my domain, my x values. So, domain. Good job. Okay, we've done this already. Oh, I forgot about this. F of 2. That means x is 2. x is 2. When x is 2, what was the y value? 6. Or you could say f of 2 equals 3 times 2, which is 6. So 2, 6. And when is the y value 6? When x is 2. Look at that. Kind of cool, right? Okay, 2 more problems. What is the domain and range of this graph? Simple. Vertical lines for the domain. 0, 10. So from 0 to 10. That's the domain. What's the range? From here to here. Be careful. It says the y value is 193. So 193 to y value 250. What's the domain and range? 0, domain, crossing the x-axis at 0. This is 1, so crossing right here would be crossing at 0. Crossing the x-axis at 10, so from 0 to 10. It's my domain. Let's talk about the range. That would be from here, -50, to here. Now, you know what? I really need to know what that number is. Believe it or not, you have multiple choice, so we're lucky. Could be 15, could be 11. Who knows? There is a way to get the equation of the line and then see what that number is. You could find 2 points on this line. I see a point there, but you have to be careful with choosing points. Make sure they're evenly spaced out. They give you the same rate of change. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I could pick 4, -10, and then 7, -30. 4, -10. 7, -30. And then perform a linear regression. Yeah. Let's do it. Don't really want to, because I know you guys, y'all don't need all that. But I can feel a few people want it, so control right, 4, 7. Control right parentheses, -10, -30. Enter. Wow, look how, yeah. You would assume it'd be 16, but it's 16.66667. 7, menu, number, make it a fraction, enter, -50/3. That was menu 2-2. That's what we call that, make it a fraction. So B, 16.7 approximately. So you would put 16.7. Okay. All right, well, thank you for your time. Good luck on your test.